The last 2.5 years, two of my uncles, and they're not like blood related or anything, I've literally had, one's had a triple bypass and one's had a quadruple bypass, okay? And if you look at the last 10 or 15 years of their lives, they never did any exercise, no cardio, no weight training. Maybe their diets were a little bit unhealthy. And I tell you what, when they went in for a checkup and the doctor said, you have to go to hospital tomorrow to get yourself checked out and then wait for a triple bypass, it is absolutely terrible. Men over 60 are facing serious health risks by not lifting weights. And you're probably feeling the effects right now, but just didn't realize that was the cause. So if you wake up feeling super sluggish, your energy isn't what it used to be, and your strength is fading, and that big belly won't budge no matter what you do, you're suffering from the effects of losing muscle mass. But the truth is, low testosterone, losing muscle, low energy, gaining weight, and feeling weaker aren't inevitable. They're an optional thing. The good news is that if you start resistance training like today, you can turn this around in a matter of weeks, okay? How do I know that? Well, I'm Gavin. I own a fitness studio for people over the age of 40, and we have many men that come through to us feeling exactly like this. And within a matter of weeks, we can help them lose weight, get stronger, like way stronger, improve their energy, and start living a much better quality of life. And the thing of it is, you don't have to lift massive heavy weights. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. A simple strength training program that covers every single muscle of the body is going to boost your testosterone, rebuild muscle, reverse your big belly that you got, improve your energy levels, all without hurting yourself. And I'm actually going to give you a plan to follow within this video. So the 5 health risks I want to cover. Number 1, your testosterone is tanking and it's draining your energy. Do you remember, think back a few years ago, you could wake up, crush your day, have loads of energy left over. Now you're dragging by mid-afternoon and you're drinking a few coffees. It's not sort of touching the sides, okay? Well, that's testosterone decline in action. After 40, it's dropping super fast, leaving you feel weaker, sluggish, and just less like yourself. But here's the kicker. If you start resistance training, you can then boost your testosterone naturally. It's like flipping the switch back on or turning up the dial on the volume to give you that energy, give you more drive, make you feel a little bit more like you used to be, okay? Number 2, you're losing muscle faster than you think. We take our muscle mass for granted. We take our strength for granted. And the only time we realize is when all of a sudden you can't do the things that you used to do. I've got a client right now who came to us about 5 years ago called Mike, and he was struggling to get up off the floor. He was a mechanic and all those things, right? Then he got amazingly fit. He was out running. He was being able to lift things in his workshop and everything else. Then what happened was he stopped, okay? He moved away and he stopped. And he recently came back to me as an online client, and he's suffering all the things that he did before, but even worse now because the strength and stuff that he had, he lost. Now he spent 3 or 4 years away from doing anything. He's that much older, and now he's in the same boat, but worse than he was when he started, okay? So the funny thing is though, is that you can actually regain that muscle mass really, really fast. So in the last couple of weeks, he's already improved his strength again. He's feeling better. It doesn't take that long because you've got something called muscle memory. And the thing of it is, studies are showing that we lose between 8 to 10% of our muscle mass every single decade past 30. So if you're 60 and above now, potentially you've lost 30% of your muscle mass just because you haven't been active and not been training. But the thing of it is, you can get it back very, very quickly, all right? And the thing is, guys, you don't have to accept weakness. You just don't. You may think that everyone around you is getting weaker and that's how it should be. But you can absolutely do something about it, okay? The third thing I want to talk about is your heart is under attack, okay? Even if you feel fine. In the last 2.5 years, two of my uncles, and they're not blood related or anything, I've literally had, one's had a triple bypass and one's had a quadruple bypass, okay? And if you look at the last 10 or 15 years of their lives, they never did any exercise, no cardio, no weight training. Maybe their diets were a little bit unhealthy. And I tell you what, when they went in for a checkup and the doctor said, you have to go to hospital tomorrow to get yourself checked out and then wait for a triple bypass, it is absolutely terrible. Because even they felt kind of fine, their heart really, really wasn't. And that is the silent killer, heart attack, all right? And actually, over the age of 60, it's the #1 killer of men over 60. And a lot of the times it's down to lifestyle. So you really have to, sort this stuff out because it'll catch you when you're not liking it. And the thing of it is, when you start lifting weights and moving around a bit more, it's going to lower your blood pressure. It's going to improve your circulation. It's going to keep your arteries healthy. So, you know, that every rep that you're doing isn't just making your biceps stronger, it's keeping your heart healthy for the long haul as well. Number 4, your bones are getting brittle. So you may think that brittle bone stuff comes from women going through menopause, okay? But it's not. Osteoporosis is something that men deal with as well. And men over 60 break way more bones than you think. You may actually even know somebody that has broken some bones by falling over, okay? It's no joke. And sometimes it can be like a life-changing event, all right? And one fall could set you back months or maybe even years, okay? But the thing of it is, when you do resistance training and you start putting load on your bones, they're going to get stronger, they're going to adapt to the pressures put upon them, which is a good thing, and they're going to be much more protected against osteoporosis and brittle bones and stuff. Number 5, and the last one before we jump into our workout that I'm going to take you through, okay? Your metabolism is slowing and making the fat stick like glue around your stomach, okay? As men, we have a predisposition to put fat around our belly. That is a lot of visceral fat. And the visceral fat is a sticky fat that sticks to your organs. That is not a good thing, okay? And it puts you at a massive risk of heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, all those sorts of crazy things, right? And it keeps on creeping up centimeter by centimeter every single year. And the thing of it is, the less muscle mass you have, the slower your metabolism. So if you think you've lost 30% of your muscle mass over the last sort of, 30 years or so, then you've got to understand your metabolism will slow down, because muscle is an active tissue. It requires energy to be there. And if you haven't got that much muscle on your body, then it doesn't require the energy to maintain, and your body will just adapt to the new muscle mass. But the thing of it is, if you start lifting weights, it's going to speed your metabolism and burn calories and burn energy while you're sitting down doing nothing, because your muscles are just there and they're active, okay? And it turns you into a fat burning machine, which is amazing. So if you made it this far, if you're over 60, you're not lifting weights, you're really fighting an uphill battle with your own body and your own health, okay? So leave your ego at the door, get a program, get started. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to go into the gym, I'm going to take you through a full workout. If you want a copy or PDF for this workout so it's easier to follow, comment down strength in the comments and I will send that over to you by email. I'll personally deliver that to you, all right? So now let's get to work and let's head into the gym. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take you through a series of exercises that's going to work every single muscle of the body, okay? You can do it with just a simple dumbbell. You don't need any special equipment, and most people can do this in their home as well. It's only going to take you about 30 minutes, and you're only going to have to do this about 3 times per week, all right? So it's a very low time commitment, but the benefits are massive. Like they said, people go, that might not be enough. Well, the thing of it is, if you're not doing anything right now, even once a week is better than nothing, okay? Just remember that. Something is always better than nothing. So the first exercise that we are going to do is a simple sit to stand exercise, okay? It's a very basic version of a squat. And you see people doing squats with barbells and stuff. This isn't what we're going to do. We're just going to strengthen your legs by getting you to stand up off a chair. So you can see from the side that my legs are about 90 degrees, okay? You don't want to go much below that. You may find this version too hard. So if that is, I'm going to give you a really cool tip to make it a little bit easier. But what you're going to do is you're going to have your feet about just open more than shoulder width apart. And your toes are going to be turned out a little bit like mine, okay? You're going to keep your chest up nice and tall. You're going to be your arms out in front of your body. If you find your arms are getting tired, cross the arms is totally fine. And what I want you to do though, the reason I want your arms in front of your body is because this is going to help you get up. I want you to point to the corner of the room in front of you. And as you point to the corner of the room, you're going to roll forward, keeping the weight on the back of your heels and ankles, and you're going to stand up. You're going to count yourself 2 seconds. 1, 2, sit back down. And you're going to roll forward and come back up again. And when you come up a little bit faster, what you're actually doing is you're working on the muscle explosiveness of the muscles, the muscle velocity, if you like. And that's going to be a really good thing for you to do, because we actually lose power in our muscles as we get older. And when you slowly sit back down, what you're doing is you're increasing the time under tension, which is a fancy word meaning you put more stress on the muscle at the same time. And that's when you're going to build most of your strength. So you're working on power standing up, and you're working on muscle strength as you go back down again. So from the side, what it looks like is just like this. Your arms in front of your body. Stand up and slowly sit back down, all right? Stand up and then slowly sit back down. Now, if you find that is too hard, or if you've got a bit of knee pain, what you're going to do, you're going to find a higher surface. I'll turn my seat that way. And now you can see that there's a big difference between the chair and the side. So I'm not going to sit down too much. It's a flimsy chair, right? But you've got different options. It's the same thing. Now you can see my legs are a little bit higher than 90. It's going to make this a little bit easier. And you're going to roll forward and do exactly the same thing. Stand up, sit back down, and stand back up. And it's the same principle that will apply. So that's your first exercise. And this exercise is predominantly working on the quad muscles, the big muscles in your leg, all right? And that's going to be the main driver for walking upstairs, getting up off a chair, all that sort of thing. And it's going to be a fantastic way to build up your leg strength. So the last exercise we worked on the quads. Now we're going to work on the glutes and the hamstring, the muscles at the back of the leg, all right? And the muscles on the back of the leg and the glutes are so important to support your lower back. It's going to help you with your walking and walking around every single day because they drive your body forward. Every step that you take, you're using your glutes and hamstrings to walk yourself forward. It's going to really sort of improve a huge amount of your ability to do day-to-day activities. So what you're going to do, you're going to have your heels and your sort of bum about 2, maybe 3 fist widths apart from each other. You're going to drop your knees out to the side just a little bit, hands on the floor. And what you're going to do, you're going to extend upwards. So you've got a nice straight line from your chest to your knees. Slowly take it back down. And then push back up again. Like I said, work on the acceleration of the muscles and then the slow part of the exercise on the way down, the eccentric it's called, okay? And that's where you build most of your muscle strength. And you're going to do this for about 12 to 15 reps. All these exercises are around 12 to 15 repetitions, okay? So once you've done that exercise, we're going to move on to the third exercise. Now the third exercise is very, very simple. All you need is a nice set of dumbbells. These are a set of 5s. You can get these very inexpensively from most sort of sports shops and things. And if you get yourself a set of dumbbells that goes up to about 10 to 15 kilograms each side, I'm not sure what that is in pounds, I'm sorry, you're going to have everything that you possibly need, all right? So the way we're going to do this exercise, we're going to work on the chest muscles, all right? And the backs of the arms, the triceps. It does both muscles together. It's called a compound exercise, which is fantastic. So what you're going to do, you're going to put the dumbbells up on your knees and you're going to roll yourself backwards. And your elbows are going to be sitting just next to your body this way. You don't want to have them out super wide. Protect your shoulders. You're going to have the elbows nice and close to your body. You're going to lift or lie on your back. And then you're going to push the dumbbells up nice and high. You're going to slowly lower it, like I said. Working on the eccentric, then explode it back up. Working on the muscle acceleration and power. And working on the strength on the way down. Push back up and slowly take it back down. And you're going to start to feel this in your triceps, so the back of the arms, and the chest itself. And again, you're looking to do 12 to 15 reps, okay? So from the front, what it looks like is that it's not wide this way. The elbows are close to the body, and it's a nice neutral grip up and down this way. All right. Now, the next exercise that we're going to do, we're going to work on the core, okay, and the back and the biceps, the muscles in the front of the arm. Really good thing to do this, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to have the dumbbells in front of you. And what you want to try and achieve is a 90-degree bend between your arm, your body, and your leg. Now, if your knee's a little bit sore, usually what I find with our members, if you pad them up a little bit, it takes away a lot of that pain. And most people can get down on all fours this way, all right? But what you're going to do, you're going to lean over the top, okay? And you're not going to sit back, you're going to lean over. You're going to engage your core. And you're going to bring the dumbbell up to your side. Drop it down, bring it back up, and you're going to alternate. And you're going to feel your core start to work, which is good. Because a lot of people over 60 have quite a weak core, right? And this is going to do the whole thing. Core, back, and arms all together. And you're going to do 20 in total. It's 10 per side. And if the weight that you've got is too light, then do 30, so it's 15 per side, all right? But from the front, so you know what it looks like, our neutral spine, I'm looking down into the floor, I'm lifting the weight just up behind my body this way, okay? And alternating back and forth. So up to this point, we've worked on our legs, we've worked on our chest and triceps, we've now worked on our back and our biceps. And the next exercise we're going to look at is working on the shoulder muscles, okay? So to work the shoulders, I'm not a big fan of lifting up overhead, okay? Because I find that it causes too much injuries or risk of injuries. So what we're going to do is something called a dumbbell fly. You're going to have the dumbbells this way, and you're going to lift them out to the side. So you're going to need a lighter weight to the ones you've just done, maybe like a 1 or a 2 or something. and you lift it up to the side. You're going to hold for a second and slowly take it back down. Now, what I'm also not doing, I'm not taking my arms right out to the side, right backwards. It kind of comes in front of my body just a little bit. Keeps your shoulder much more aligned. It's going to eliminate a lot of risk and potential injury of hurting your shoulders. Same thing. You're going to come up, you're going to hold for a second this time, then you slowly take it back down, okay? I know it doesn't take long to start to feel a bit of a burden in those shoulders, so that's obviously a good thing, right? But you want to pick a weight that you can do 12 to 15 reps, where 15 is starting to get a little bit challenging. So then now we've covered all those muscles of the body. We've done pretty much everything. We've done our core, our legs, our arms, our chest, our shoulders, okay? And the next thing that we're going to do, a couple of extra called accessory exercises. We're going to work on the calves a little bit, okay? The calves and the front of the leg. The reason I do this at the end is that these are accessory exercises. The last thing you want to do is wear out those muscles first, because it's going to impact the squats and everything else that you do afterwards, right? So to do calf raises, very, very simple. You're just going to turn around, lean into the wall, and you're going to come up on your toes, hold it for a second, slowly take it back down, come up, and slowly take it back down. And then you can do 12 to 15. Then you're going to turn yourself over, lean into the wall, and you're just going to lift up your toes, drop your toes nicely back down again, and you're going to work on the muscles of that, of the leg. Now, there would be a stretch exercise to follow at the end as well. I'm not going to cover it in this video, but it will be included in the PDF. So if you do want a copy of the PDF, please leave a comment down below and say strength program, and I'll send you the whole thing. But that is ultimately going to be your whole strength-based training. Now, how many times a week should you do this? Like I said, about 3 times per week. A Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday maybe might be fantastic, but again, it could be any other day. Just make sure you have a rest in between, and maybe do a walk or get some cardio in, because that's super important as well. But I promise, if you follow this for the next 21 days, you're going to see significant increases in your strength. I see this all the time. Our ladies in the gym at Growing Younger get super strong, super fast. Because think about it. You've lost 30% of your muscle mass. It doesn't take an awful lot of effort to get that back. And I promise, once you start doing it, you're going to find things getting easier. It's going to get easier to do your gardening, pick up your kids, grandkids, walk up, with your friends or whatever that is. But I promise you, if you do this for 21 days, 3 times a week, it's only like 12 workouts. You're going to see big increases in your strength, and obviously, hopefully, confidence in your own physical ability, right? So that's the video from me. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave a video just up on the right-hand side there. And if this video is something I think you may like, it's going to be more around balance, okay? So the video is going to be up there. If you do get some value from the video, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world. But otherwise, I will see you on the next video.